Karmen Media Group presents your NXT Next Level Wrestling Review with your host, Big Ray and the Vet. So,
are you ready? We said, are you ready? Yeet. Yeet.
good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review here at Karmen Media Group and ChannelAttitude.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I am the pundit of the people, the man with a plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. And boy, oh boy, we have quite a show today. Speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good show. You have a great show. If you intend to have the best show, you would only have the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the very best on this planet. It is the one, the only, the Vet. That's him over there. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, batten down the hatches and strap on those latches. Shave those patches. No? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is your Rip Rogers guy. This is the Vet Jamie Williams. Good morning, best in the world. How are you?
Oh, you know, just being the best. How are you?
I'm fantastic. When you're the best in the world, when you pee standing up after a drunk night, did you spill anything? Anything hit the wall, the side?
No, I don't even have to shake after.
What? Does it just retract? It just goes right back in?
Just cuts right off. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. A lot of pee-pee talk over here at HMG over the last couple of days. I don't know if you noticed that. Listen to the various shows and podcasts. I use that. Yeah. Anyway. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, it is your hump day, and it is my day off. Long, hard week. But thank God I got through it. Feeling good, feeling strong. I feel great today. I feel like I rested, which is good. It's not normal. I usually sleep. Anyway. Somebody gave me some IPA beers. I don't know what they are, like IPA beers. Are you an IPA guy?
No.
No.
I'm a straight edge. Come on.
Oh, you don't. Oh, that's right. You don't drink. You guys in the chat, you guys, because it's some Indian ale shit, and it looks amazing. It has way more alcohol than regular beer, apparently. I'm gonna try it on later. One's like a sour something, and then the other one's like a Indian. I don't know. I don't. You have to see it. But I've never. I don't think I've ever. I think the only IPA I ever had was something Goose. What the hell it's called? Something.
Stone Cold's beer is an IPA, right?
What?
Broken Skull beer.
I don't know. Where do you even get that?
It is. I was trying to be nice, but yes, it is. I know it is.
Oh, see, Mandy loves IPAs. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about like IPAs and shit like that. I just helped them with something, and they're like, "Hey, take a 6-pack." Yeah, so it was awesome. You know, people. I love the people I work with. They're awesome. Anyway, wow, man. What a fucking day of wrestling yesterday. I was gonna say what a week of wrestling, but I don't know where the day came off. What an interesting week of wrestling. A lot of news, and we're gonna break that down, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do any of that, if you guys is the first time tuning in, at the start of every single show, we acknowledge the chat. We acknowledge the people that support and love us and give us a reason to breathe in the morning. And that'll be everybody in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll kick it off by looking up in the heavens after I do this.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're going to acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are many questions in this universe. Who created the universe? How did the universe get created? I believe in God. I think God created the universe, the heavens and the earth, so on and so forth. But the question I'm talking about is not a philosophical question. It is a question of fact or fiction. And the question is, who got the gabagool? And there's only one person who has the gabagool. It is the one and only who got the gabagool. Media M5, our brother that we lost, who's up in heaven. We love you, brother. Thank you for looking down on us. And we miss you, my friend. Let's kick it off with the future king of WWE 2K25. It is Aaron Ben Shlomo, who is absolutely shocked that wrestlers from another company are actually winning matches in NXT. We'll get into that as we continue down the line. We go to the very thankful one, Michael Vasquez, thanking us for the upload. We thank you for being here. So thankful. We have the windiest of all Chris's, a.k.a. Chuckles himself. He says, it's Chris Winland, by the way. He says, don't sell your soul to the final boss. Join the Hameen Army. Like, share, subscribe, and of course,
yes, boy!
Oh, yeah. We got the lovely Elizabeth here. The Macho Man would like to know, you're going to be baking anything delicious. Yeah. And sending it over to the vet and Big Ray. Yeah. So how we doing that? How we working that out, Liz?
What are we betting on? What's a sure win? What's a sure bet? What's a sure bet we can make?
Elizabeth, anything with Cleveland sports. Elizabeth, do you know how to make anything chocolate and peanut butter combined? I bet you can.
She's gonna send you like a like a Reese's bar that's like 2 weeks from expiring.
Let me scroll down to the bottom to see if she replied. Not yet. All right. Waiting for the middle finger emojis. Anyway, let's move on here, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we have our friend, the master and ruler of the world, who doesn't give a damn who you are. Zane Vicious. I wonder if my neighbors, I swear to God, I wonder if my neighbors think why is this guy screaming every fucking Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. when we're trying to, collect our unemployment?
He screams, I don't give a damn who you are. And what does that make us?
Right? And the funny thing is that my wife's been gone since like 7 in the morning. They're going to tell my wife I'm cheating on her and arguing with the person. But anyway. We have cold XX. Blooded XX. It is
cold-blooded with a hot wallet. You need to cool down there, cold-blooded. Cool down. Okay,
with a hot
not
wallet?
Get crazy.
What do you mean? What are you talking about, hot wallet?
Oh, you've seen what he's been doing.
Oh, the hot
HMG and all this.
I thought it was some type of sexual innuendo there.
Oh, it might be, but I'm just specifically referring to the other.
I respect that, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say if you are a lady deer just frolicking in the wilderness, you better watch your pantyhose, because they're going to fall right off. They're going to soak right off. They're going to peel right off when you're one-on-one with the man deer. What? What the fuck? What did I do wrong?
Just look at
what? Woo! I love you guys. What am I missing? What?
It's a super sticker.
I didn't. Oh, because I haven't gotten down there yet. But
what are you, blind? Jesus.
That's not how it works. All right, I'm sorry. Can I continue acknowledging, and then I'll throw the cold blood?
No, you have to acknowledge it immediately. If someone is kind enough to dig deep, and I mean real deep, so deep, they deserve immediate.
Oh my God, what the fuck just happened?
What do you mean what happened? What are you, blind? Jesus!
I had to dig deep for that soundbite. Thank you. Cold-blooded XX. And I'm going to round these up to the $5 sticker, super sticker. And I didn't see it cold-blooded, but I felt bad in my heart.
It's a mic drop. It's like a pear with a sweatband doing a mic drop.
Let me see. You didn't get any chocolate peanut butter bars. Those were my mom's specialty. I don't remember. All I'll say is that, Liz, when you sent me that thing, I still think about it to this day. Some of the best fucking cookies and good times I had with that. Anyway. Thank you, Cold Blooded, again, my friend, for a super sticker, brother, and your love and appreciation. And we love you guys. And if you guys, listen, if you guys can't give this way, like monetarily, I swear, sharing this to your family and friends, your enemies, especially your enemies, the people that you don't like, tell them, hey, tune in every single Wednesday. Share the link. Like, subscribe, that type of shit absolutely helps us out. We're trying to get to 5,000. Think we could do that, Vet, in about 2 months?
Oh, yeah, we could get to 5,000 somethings.
Just say yes. No. Bad thing. The New York Yankees, number 23. No, I can't give him 23. That's Don Mattingly's number. I'm going to have to retract that. Number 25, because no one gives a fuck about 25. Jason Giambi wore 25. Anyway, Al Robinson, number 25.
Not a real Yankee, so it's fine.
And a big shout out to Mandir again. So I'm just feel like I was.
Mandir's profile pic looks like Hellboy is going to come after him and hunt him down with the BPRD.
He could. It's possible. Very sexy. Very incredible. This guy's a good hitter. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have pew, 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 pew. Number 59, Paul, aka the shooter. I can't wait till I get my new where because Jimmy doesn't use it properly. He's like Mortos and all that shit with the fucking reverb. And wait until I get that thing. You guys are in trouble. Entertainment personified. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the dancer, when the handsome, when the slasher, when the handsome dancer, slash, and Dan Heffron. Ladies and gentlemen, it says, greetings and salutations, my friends. New cover goes live tomorrow. You gotta follow Dan Heffron on his Twitters. Do you know the Twitter handle again off the top of the head? I always forget everybody's Twitter handle. Don't get mad at me.
I do forget the Twitter handle because you always just see the name because you could put your name right there and then you tend to overlook the @ so I didn't memorize the @
Dan, do me a favor. Can you please post your Twitter handle here? And as I continue to do this, once it pops up, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. I want you guys to all give Dan a follow, like and subscribe, like and share, like all his fucking awesome content. Hey, Dan, when's the last time? Have you ever done a demolition? I haven't. Maybe you have. I haven't heard it. Like your rendition.
He just did the demolition.
I didn't see it. When?
Maybe just You don't see anything. What do you see? Do you need glasses?
I do.
Is that really what's going on here?
I need glasses.
The reason that you can't see is not because you're not looking. It's because you're looking so hard.
You're
straining and hurting yourself.
I legit need glasses. I refuse to wear them.
All right.
How would I look with glasses, Ved? How am I supposed to be?
You can get contacts or whatever it is.
I'm not putting no fucking glass in my eye.
All right. Well.
I put no glass in my eye. I don't trust that shit, bro.
Get prescription goggles. Do like the Horace Grant, but
like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Mm-hmm. I'll do that. I could do that. I could walk. I look badass with fucking.
You usually wear like a sweatshirt or something, so you look like an athlete. So you just have the goggles on. People assume
I'm just gonna chase you.
You're in the middle of a pickup game right here on the air.
I'll just get a Chase U sweatshirt, and I always wear rip-off pants, even when I'm wearing jeans. I'll put them over the jeans.
Yeah.
So that I'm always ready for action.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you. It's the heart and soul of this chat, ladies and gentlemen, is the artist currently known as Gam Wolfers. He says, The Rock going to take this soul, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Let me just fast forward here. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this brother in a while. This is the King of Queens. A brother from New York City. The one and the only Anoops. It's been a while. I can't even.
He's always going to tell you he's from the Bronx. And
that's close enough.
And, yeah. It's been so long since Anoop's been here. He's complimenting me on my beard.
It's so funny. Anoop, I know where you're from, right? You know the gimmick, right? Come on, you gotta work. What is it? Remember when The Rock destroyed kayfabe on his TV show, and he was told everybody how to work the gimmick? But you didn't watch that show. You didn't watch The Rock TV show, did you? Where he's growing up.
I couldn't watch much of it. I guess I didn't get to that episode.
Nah, it's called. The episode was called "Working the Gimmick." Speaking of gimmicks, you got to get your J12 shot, ladies and gentlemen. J12 is in the house. All fancy with Louis Vuittons and stuff. What is this? Oral Vatos Carnal Holmes? Orale Vatos Carnal Holmes? I read that white.
Eddie Guerrero from 22 years ago, or is this J12?
Yo, Holmes, you wear your socks high? Vet knows what that's about. He's a fucking, you're a cholo vet, right, Holmes?
I've seen Stand and Deliver.
Oh, come on, fool. I know you wear your socks high, Holmes. I know it. You know why Vet's laughing? Because I'm sure he works with several people that actually talk that way. He's a West Coast guy. Once again, cold-blooded, thank you so much. I humbly thank you from the bottom of my heart. And let me see, ladies and gentlemen. We have your father's brother's sister's cousin's former roommate. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Like Colin Weishaupt. I wonder if Colin's here. I haven't heard from him. I'm going to call him. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, that's Dark Side Caster. Ladies and gentlemen. Someone has entered the chat. He is magnanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, he is absolutely scholarly. Ladies and gentlemen, he is effervescent. He is motherfucking glorious. God. Professor Child will be like, what's going on, bro?
He's working the gimmick.
This is road to 5,000. Working the gimmick, brother. Working the gimmick. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this name in such a fucking long time. I don't do this.
Talk about a blast from the past.
Hold on. I don't do this a lot. But I'm overjoyed. I love everybody here, but I'm overjoyed to see this name at Having. So I'm going to give you get.
Yeet. Yowie wowie.
Yes, boy.
Yeah.
You get 4 Ys. Wow, man. Classified Chappie. What is going on, bro? It's so good to see you. Hey, everyone. Came back. A long time coming. But just say hello, everyone. HMG. Glad to see you guys. Yo, give some love, man. It's one of the old school cats. Love to see you, man. I got happy. Wow, man.
People were worried. They were like, whatever happened to Classified Chappie? I know over at the Wrestling with Rip Rogers, they were like, whatever happened to Classified Chappie? Everyone's been asking about Chappie. But here's Chappie.
Hold on a second. What the fuck? Who the hell do you think you are with this Yankees suck shit, Aaron Ben Shlomos? They haven't started the season yet. You just suck my balls, bro. Suck my balls. But I can do that. I can say that. It's okay.
Well, I'm sure you're just promoting our own Matthew Schaffer Gage's South Park podcast.
God damn it!
Suck my balls.
Mm-hmm. Wow, good to see you, Classified Chappie, and of course everybody else here in the chat. I don't think I missed anyone, but I'm going to scroll down. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the sexiest man in all
of HMG, Scott Woodford is here. Hello, Scott Woodford. Good to have you. And Ray should be back in 3, 2, 1. Breathe, Ray.
Fuck. The fuck just happened? It's been a while. It's been a while since I.
Since you were sucked into the void.
So, hey, watch yourself. Watch your mouth there, Chief.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 count. This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet. So veteran.
Yes.
So veteran. I got this text message from a good friend of mine yesterday. You may have heard of him. He is the real Richard Bronson Vickery.
Oh,
and I took a screenshot of this because I wanted to share this with everybody here, and I didn't want to forget. So, just so you know, really quickly, NXT and TNA, I'm not TNA, NXT, well, and TNA technically, and AEW have been running the same building in Ohio. And apparently the walk-up price for last night's NXT show, take a guess how much you think that would be. Just take a shot in the wind.
A walk-up for what? Just any? Is it just general admission?
It's for yesterday's NXT show because
no, I know, but I mean,
upper deck.
Upper deck for NXT. Well,
yep.
Let's see.
Don't overthink it. What do you think? Like
just like I'm gonna say because of the popularity recently and the gouging and the inflation and everything, it's like 150.
Wow, it is 153 on the dot.
Okay.
For one ticket.
Yeah.
No, that's too much.
Well, there's not a bad seat in that house, is there? I mean, it's not the big place. It's what, 3,000?
Yeah, it's like when you go to what was it where they, oh my god, I fucking live in New York and I've been there 1,000 times to see TNA. What is it in ECW? The Manhattan Center.
Manhattan Center.
Oh, it's fucking it's a shithole.
Right.
But it's awesome.
It looks good on TV. You can't always see the shithole on TV.
You know, bro, it is I love watching wrestling there. I really do. And there's the Elks Lodge in Queens. I like watching wrestling there too. I forgot the other Queens place in Queens is good to watch wrestling, but damn, $153. Anyway, so Richard Bronson Vickery sent me this little tidbit of news, and it was both companies running the same building in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Andrew J. Bradley, I think he meant say Brady or Brady Music Center, AEW on January 15th sold 1,400 tickets. NXT, February 25th, which was yesterday's, which is a show we're going to review later on, sells out at about 3,000 tickets. Vet, my question to you is this the end of AEW?
Yep, they're packing it in after this.
It's so fucking over, man. My God.
It was a good run. They had a good run.
By God. Speaking of good runs, and Sean Ross Sapp and the people over there at Fightful, I'm sure they had a good run, for quite some time. But apparently, I've been seeing them getting called out a lot on certain things. And again, I personally, I'm good with Sean on a personal level. I don't want to trash the guy, and I can't because he's always been nice to me. But some of the people on his, well, you know what? Let me just put this up here. I'm not going to play any audio because I don't want to get stricken down. But as we see this very poor version of me and this cross-eyed wit next to him. Apparently, Moose is not very happy. And I'm going to ask you guys to go to Twitter right now, go to the X, and you can play the video and you can hear these people's takes. But Moose really calling people out. He says, two senseless people who don't understand wrestling psychology talk about wrestling. Facepalm emoji. Vet, what is going on now with I've always been taught, even at a young age, by my father, Bill Apter, don't sell it. Moose is wrong. Moose is right when he says this, because I listened to most of this. And again,
what was he talking about? What did they like? Can you summarize what he was commenting on in particular? I assume it was about his match.
I believe there was a displeasure with the Hardy Boys' return to the WWE, and they're an older talent, and NXT is supposed to be focusing on young talents. I can play a little bit of it.
No, I don't want to hear it. I wanted you to just summarize.
I don't want to talk about it. I just want to talk about
okay, well, you don't want to talk about it, but here we are. So what do you want me to say?
So what's changed now? What do you think has changed? Do you think it's an inevitable evolution that, some of the biggest success? Moose is a huge star in wrestling, well respected, well liked, and he's selling for these two. Look at her.
It's the wrong kind of look at her, right? But
yeah, it's just.
Well, look, I don't know. Look, this is not the first time that Moose has, responded to things on social media. He doesn't do it all the time. I guess it's just when you catch him with a spare moment. Maybe he's on a flight. Maybe he's on a, maybe he's just on doing some cardio at the gym or something. And he has some spare time to scroll, and then he sees something and he feels like he could comment on it, because why not? And I think that's one of the things that people overlook, is just how easy it is to respond to social media. And speaking of AEW, and, Tony Khan, for example, has been called out repeatedly for engaging with people on social media and having, way too much time on his hands. But you got to figure a person like that, he probably does have a lot of time on his hands, in the sense that he's got to go places and he's probably not driving himself. So He's got lots of time to just on his way to places, he's got a time to check stuff, and, it takes a couple swipes and then you've got a response. So it's not that hard to respond to stuff on social media. It's very tempting. I mean, even I, who famously, I always preach that same, don't sell it, don't engage, do not engage. Even I, I'm tempted sometimes to make comments and things, but the only comments I leave are to people I know who are, my friends, and I try to make them laugh, put a little joke or something like that. That's the extent of my involvement. And I suggest that everybody else do the same, but it's got to be kind of hard, because when you're more famous, when you're famous like Moose, or for example, or even people way more famous than Moose, you just get, it must seem like you're inundated constantly, like a constant stream of idiots that have this platform that they can just access you and say whatever's on their stupid mind that they would never say in person, or maybe they don't even really think it. Maybe they just want to say it to see if you'll respond to it, to see if you will sell for it.
Right.
So every time that you do sell for it, you lose the game.
And puts money in their pockets, especially if they're selling subscriptions.
Now this particular thing here, this is a call out of supposed industry analysts who are, exactly. That's laughable. But I'm just saying, like, compared to these people sort of have this platform, and they're not just like the average, mouth breathing Mark that they should always be ignored. But these people have now I know what you're saying. Yes, they just happen to have a platform. I'm just saying, there's like, why did he choose to respond to this? They're representing, Fightful, I guess, which is a name in this business, for better or worse,
right?
However you feel about it.
It is.
This is a name we hear all the time reporting stories. So these people are representing that, even if they don't necessarily have the street cred to do so. So if he's by doing this, if he's calling out Fightful, that's a little bit different. So if that's how Moose feels about it,
I think that's the general statement there. Like, he's not just calling out these two people, who, how can I say this? I don't, sometimes I think it's okay to not be humble when it comes to that. I think guys like me and the Vet, Jimmy T, of course, Ben Hameen, Matt Schaffer, a ton of the people that have worked with us here on HMG are far and above, I think, better talents. Because I think we have a good balance of, like I said, you have me, who's more of a wrestling fan. I grew up in a business, but still, then I'm working with a gentleman who actually, like the Vet, who has been in the business. You have Matt Schaffer, another person who's behind the scenes. He works the TV business, you know what I'm saying? And then he usually does a show with Ben Hameen, who's done every aspect of the professional wrestling business, and so on and so forth. As we move along, as we continue moving, there's a good balance. But
real quick way before I forget, I just want to add to that. We make the joke. It's not really a joke when we say I'm the best in the world, because I believe that, but I extend that, not just me. I'm thinking of all of us, because we're all in a position where at the drop of a hat, we could be called to provide 2 hours of content. Like, like that, live content. We don't need prep. We don't need to, do anything elaborate or whatever. We could just go, and we have the wealth of knowledge and experience to be able to do that. And I don't know if any of these stuttering idiots can say the same. So that's why it's when best in the world is kind of about what we do here at Hameen Media Group.
I agree. I always like to shout out a brand new listener or watcher who's live here. So I don't know which one I want to put up. Maybe I'll put this one up right here. This is let's give him a quick round of applause. Yes, we have our friend Aaron Teagle, who says, "Happy Wednesday. What's new with you? First time hearing you guys on your channel." Well, Aaron Teagle, you get a... Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. So let me
it's drowned out by the applause.
Boy.
Is that better? Yeah, should I give him a...
Yeet.
I'll give him a yeet too. So Aaron Teagle, welcome, my friend. Again, for all those watching for the very first time, we are live here every single Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yesterday I was live with Jimmy T from the PWC, my brother from down under, from Melbourne, not Melbourne, Melbourne, Australia. And we reviewed Raw at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. And of course, you got the vet, and he does his Impact Wrestling with Brandon. Another guy who's fantastic and does a fantastic job here with all the live streams and everything like that. That's every Sunday night, right? Monday night for
the Impact Attack.
Monday night. I'm sorry, every Monday night. So just check it out, guys. Come by YouTube, check it out. Check out channelattitude.com. Love you. I don't know you, Aaron, but I love you. Is that weird?
It's a little.
Greetings and salutations from my clitoris, H.
I wonder if that's...
You know who it is. Anyway, oh man. All right, let's. Well, according to Fightful Select, speaking of them,
Select.
That's
the paid version.
This is the paid version.
So we're giving it to you for free. So what does it say, Ray?
And this is why Moose does what he does. And I'm going to read this out to you, and you tell me why I find this to be annoying. Okay, I'll read this. According to Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, WWE wants Randy Orton involved in WrestleMania 41, but he hasn't specifically heard any particular plans for him just yet.
How much does that cost? $10?
I don't know.
$11? I need to turn to the experts to know if people would be interested in using Randy Orton for something.
I mean, who wouldn't? Number one, who wouldn't be interested in having Randy Orton, 14-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Looks phenomenal. His wife is beautiful, beautiful children. Apparently, as I don't even know what.
We got Miles Bourne. We can always just throw him in case things don't work out.
The kid's got to get tanned, brother. So he's a little pasty, white.
It's all right.
A little pasty white. Anywho.
Is there any real news this week?
Let me see. WrestleVotes notes that there is internal optimism for the Hardy Boys to have a main roster program sometime this spring or summer. Is this a guess? Is this an opinion based on what we see and what we know? Who knows? But WrestleVotes, this is news. So what do you think? Vet, are you excited?
Is this from WrestleVotes Select?
This is WrestleVotes Premium. For just $49.99 a month, you can get these guesses and opinions. Vet, what do you think of, though, the Hardy Boys having one last run on the main roster with WWE? No?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
Really?
Let's do it.
Are we doing the Broken Universe thing like the way it was supposed to be?
No.
Delightful!
They're just showing up. They're just showing up like it's 26 years ago.
That really bothers me. By the way, You can't get any better than the Professor and Tommy Wonder. The best, the fucking best old school wrestling podcast in all of space and time. And I'm not fucking kidding you. The Pro Wrestling Reflection, live every Saturday on podbean.com or your wherever you listen to your podcast. Anywho, and I'm serious, the best in the world. Jay Cargill is expected back on WWE TV soon. Shocker. Possibly as early as this week, says PW Insider.
Jade, who threw you down onto that car?
Well, listen, me and Jimmy have we've discussed this. We talked about the Elimination Chamber, which is this weekend. Am I correct? This weekend coming up?
Yep. Saturday
this weekend. By the way, guys, if you don't mind, just I know my wife's gonna be fine, but she has her little, not little, it's kind of a major surgery coming up, and it's March 3rd. So I just like to ask you guys who are believers and those who are not really believers but do believe in good things, to please send your positive thoughts for me and my wife, more my wife, because I'll be fine. I'll be in the waiting room like playing video games on a fucking laptop while she's getting cut open. But neither here nor there. I just like a couple prayers. Just want to make sure. She's very nervous. You ever get nervous before surgery? You ever had surgery, Vet? You've had surgery before, right?
Yes, I have.
So how long? Like, first and foremost, like, were you a little nervous to go into surgery, and then how long was the recovery for the penis reduction?
I mean, you never really recover.
Well, that's why you got the penis reduction,
right? But it's there are laws, there are regulations, there are things that you can't just have a fire hose at all times. No, but I guess I'm a little different because I always live in those type of things, in terms of like negative things, like worrying. I live my life in a perpetual state of denial. Just like, no, nothing bad can happen,
right.
Just like that, because it won't change if you worry. So I just,
right. Yeah.
I just kind of do that. So I probably didn't worry about my surgery as much as I should, but I think, how you've, in the past 10, 15 years, you've just seen the general state of the quality of everything in the world sort of sliding down a slope,
Oh.
So I think anybody that goes under the knife now should be more worried than they've ever been.
Now you got me worried, Vet.
But don't do it. Don't worry.
Don't do it. Don't sell it. I gotta change.
Don't sell it.
There we go. Okay. I'm trying not to sell it, Vet. I'm trying to sell a little. Now you got me worried.
No, she's gonna be fine. Jen's gonna be absolutely fine. 100% fine.
Vet, literally yesterday, again, a fucking airplane was landing, and then just another airplane is willy-nilly just like doing a U-turn on the fucking thing, and the plane had to land, touch, and then go back up to avoid hitting another plane.
Do planes have a horn like they can just
what is going the fuck on?
I'm just saying, everybody in the world is terrible at everything now.
I don't talk like regular news and shit, but it's like, what the fuck is going? I don't want to fly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. Let me just. Also, PW Inside is reporting that WWE officials were really happy with how Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez's title win played out on Raw. And
who fucking cares? Is there really no news? We could just skip straight to the time machine. You think I'd give a shit if Mike Johnson could put his sandwich down long enough to type that they're happy with the title win?
Okay, I got something. And remember, I always say, whenever we report the news, it's basically just a rumor. Card is always subject.
They're rumored to be happy with Liv and Raquel's title.
All right, I have one more little tidbit here. It says, as per Fightful Select, Fightful Select, premium. You're paying for this. The awkward Thunder Rosa Megan Bayne angle on Dynamite this past week was just a miscommunication.
$10. $10, please.
Was just a miscommunication, and there is no heat from everyone, or there is no heat on anyone involved. in a situation.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. There is heat.
There is so much heat.
Now, whether we are perfectly fine with all of you just enjoying the show. You don't have to donate any amount of money to hear this special news from me. No. There is fucking heat.
There's fucking heat.
Okay? You made Thunder Rosa look like a fucking idiot because you are a green ass mark, Megan Bain.
Whoa.
Okay? So there's definitely heat, but Thunder Rosa is a nice lady, so she's probably not going to take it out on you the way, like a dentist might have, for example. She's going to be professional, but in her mind, there's a little bit of heat there.
You think so?
I think so.
I think the vet is right.
She might have already gotten over it, but I guarantee you she was fuming mad after that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a vet hot take, and that's
once again just being that vet, man. Just doing what vets do.
Oh boy. And apparently Fox denies any involvement with Vince McMahon's new wrestling promotion, according to multiple sources. To say, I think is it almost irresponsible to say that she has no heat? That's bullshit. Like, you think that if she had time out, hold on, I'm gonna ask you, if you think if she has heat, which she does.
Wait, before you ask, by who? Irresponsible by who? Fightful or Fightful. Whoever their source is?
Whoever. Fightful for putting it out as news and for making you pay for it.
Yeah.
Making you pay for it, folks.
Yeah.
And not the source, because the source is just hearing what they hear and maybe, allude, what is it? Telephone, tell a friend, tell a wrestler. The old adage.
Yeah, telephone, telegram. Yeah.
Telegram, telephone, tell a friend, tell a wrestler. I forgot everything changes. Now it's fucking email. I don't know. But listen, I think it's irresponsible to report this as some type of news, and you're paying for this. This is why I get really annoyed with this. But yeah,
well, there's another old saying, Ray.
What's that, buddy?
A fool and his money are soon parted. So if you're a subscriber to Fightful Select, I mean, I have no sympathy. It's your money. Do what you will.
Wax on, wax off, Daniel-san. Vet, do you watch? But we're about to jump into our next segment here. But I like to ask you questions off the cuff every once in a while. Do you ever watch the Invincible series?
You're talking about Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it.
This is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I love it. New episode tomorrow. Can't wait.
I can't wait either. Invincible. For those who are like, I don't know what to watch on. I don't watch cartoons. Watch it. Watch Invincible. I've been watching it from the very first series, very first episode. I advise you, if you guys are going to watch it all the way through. When I say after the, the credits at the end, there's always a little tidbit of something sometimes. So watch it all the way through. But Invincible is such a good show. And I feel bad that Vet didn't.
Hell of a cast too. They got an amazing actual voice cast. Yeah,
great voice cast. And I'm very sad that the Vet didn't get a chance to live through what we lived through and experience the splendor of Cobra Kai. You refused to watch that, correct?
I mean, I've seen most of it.
I bet you watched the last few episodes, right? You had to see Mr. Miyagi.
The last episode I watched, I think, was the second episode of this new batch of episodes. I don't want to spoil anything for the people that haven't.
Oh, I don't care. Let's spoil it.
I know, but it just the part where a certain person is supposed to kill another certain person.
Yes.
Yeah, like that part, and you think it's going to be the one person, but it ends up being the other person.
Right.
That's the last episode I watched, so I still got 3 or 4 more, something like that.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And by the way, artist, this third season, right, of Invincible.
Yeah, it's been started.
It's been started, so you can binge a whole bunch of episodes.
I'm surprised the artist is not on top of it. He's usually pretty on top of stuff. He should have known.
Artist has a lot of things going on, brother. He's a very busy and handsome person.
Still,
but when you're that good looking, it's hard to,
Well, I'm not going to argue that, but
I'm sure you understand being another good-looking man.
Well, I suppose.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite segment of the show. It is really my favorite segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen. For those watching for the very first time, not only do we give you the news, not only do we review NXT, but before we review NXT every single week, we take a trip down memory lane, ladies and gentlemen, because we go back in the day to this day and professional wrestling history. Kick it.
Will you stop? What you gonna do?
Boobies.
What's your name, fella?
Triple H.
Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going back, way back in the day. It is February 26, 1960 something. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is this day in professional wrestling history where we jump in every Wednesday and we tell you what happened on this day in professional wrestling history. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going way back, and I hope the new people that are watching love this segment because it's a really cool segment to go back in time. And we go back in time, ladies and gentlemen, to the year when Professor was probably about 1967. He's immortal, by the way, for you people that don't understand. Immortal, another great
from Invincible.
Invincible, another great character in the Invincible lexicon.
What a genius the Immortal is to date somebody that can make clones of herself.
Oh, that's so hot, bro. If you know what I mean.
If you don't know what we mean, Amazon Prime's Invincible. New episodes every Thursday.
We are sponsored by Amazon Prime. Anyone, please, Amazon? No?
Eh?
Oh, no, wait. Somebody has that gimmick, right? In 1967, some guy by the name of Vern Gagne wins his 8th.
I know why you're laughing, but go ahead.
He wins his 8th AWA World Heavyweight Championship with a win over Mad Dog Vachon in St. Paul, Minnesota. Your thoughts on the great Vern Gagne?
Well, I mean, yeah, with all
why am I laughing, by the way?
I'll tell you. With all due respect to Vern Gagne, obviously a legend, obviously a pioneer, obviously very influential, a legit grappler, maybe even a hooker. But
prostitute?
But it's also not too difficult to win 8 AWA championships when you're booking it. And that's why Ray's laughing, because he's just sitting there thinking, like, reading this as an accomplishment, even though it's just a pencil.
He's like, I'll be the champion again.
Yeah, I think again.
Jesus Christ. I remember when I was a kid watching, it was like 1980 something, like late 80 something, when AWA was wrestling boat. What are you laughing at?
The artist says Vern's black half brother, Vern Kanye. Hey, sometimes puns are funny.
Or what is it with Darkseid? Vern Gagne. Anyway, I just remember Vern Gagne throwing drop kicks at the age of 700. On the showboat. Was it the showboat? Is that where they wrestled towards the end of the AWAs?
Actually know.
Or was it? It was some fucking. It was so sad. Anyway, let's fast forward 30 years. Let's go to 1990 something. 1997. Now, for the first time,
Vern Gagne wins his 29th AWA championship.
Oh, Jesus!
He just won't let it go.
He won't let it go. It's surprising that he doesn't have the record for the most title wins. It's Ric Flair.
I know. It was all in his hands. It was all within his hands.
Incredible. For the first time in 1997, this February 26, 1997, WWF Monday Night Raw was taped in Europe at the event in Berlin, Germany. The British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith was crowned the first ever European champion after a tournament final win over his fellow World Tag Team Champion brother-in-law, Owen Hart. The final was the culmination of a tournament that took place over the course of a week-long tour of the country, and the match aired on TV in the USA on March 3rd. Vet, I know that you are a huge fan of the European Championship. Do you remember this? And do you remember like when the European Championship came about, did you look at it as a fourth tier type title, or was it something that you felt had prominence in the WWF at the time?
At the time, it felt like it had a little bit of prominence. I do
Big deal,
remember
right?
it. Obviously, we didn't watch the actual tournament matches, but they showed like
No one did.
little highlight packages on Raw, you know, letting you know
Full
that
of
it
ketchup?
happened. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah,
The packets?
little Heinz. Yeah.
Little Heinz? Okay.
So they did, so they, you know, they told you about it. We just didn't get to see the actual matches and stuff. So
Oh.
yeah, I thought it was cool. At that time, yeah. I mean, they only had, it was the first new championship that had been in the company for quite a while at that point.
Yeah. I really liked I had a buddy I used to work with, and for some reason his name is drawing a blank. He was a wrestling fan, big wrestling fan. And he was one of the very few people that I met that actually had a full-on replica of that thing. And I quite liked the look, the aesthetics of the European Championship. Although if they ever brought it back, if they ever did bring back the European Championship, I think they should absolutely use the UK. You remember the NXT UK belt? That should be
Yeah.
that should be the European Championship. That shit is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's aesthetically, I think that's one of the most beautiful belts ever made, and I don't think it's given its just desserts. What's up, Ed?
No, you were talking about the NXT UK Championship, right?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, they don't put that kind of effort into belts anymore. Now they're very generic looking.
Mm-hmm. Look at the NXT World
which is
title.
kind of like that. Do you think there's anything to the idea that maybe that's sort of like getting in line with, you know, the UFC, like every belt is the exact same belt. So
You know,
it's like,
come to think of it, bro, the NXT belt kind of looks like a UFC belt.
it does. It's the one that most looks like what the UFC belts look like. And it would be nice if there was just, I mean, you could have the same UFC belt, but you could at least distinguish it a little bit between like weight classes and stuff. Just something.
Yeah.
Give her color straps for God's sake or something. Which is
Anything,
just something.
brother.
But yeah, but wrestling belts have always been very ornate and decorative and prestigious looking, especially the expensive ones. And that craftsmanship and creativity, well, just like everything else, it's just gone down the toilet. It's just like, AI designed this. Here.
Yeah. I mean,
3D printed and AI design. That's your new NXT championship.
my favorite belt. I have two favorite belts, and they're not very like complicated looking. First and foremost is the red. What is it? The red logo, Ricky Steamboat, I'll call it, or Macho Man Randy Savage, WWF Intercontinental Championship belt. I think it's a beautiful belt. But my number one, believe it or not, is a very simple. Do you remember what do I call it? I'll call it the Nikita Koloff version of the United States Championship belt with the round plates on the side, the NWA United States title. Do you remember that?
Not, yeah, maybe.
Let me see.
It's different than the one that they had a little bit later.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to show you because here it is right here. Oh my God, it's so fucking gorgeous. Tell me if you guys agree with me or not. Let me just bring it up real quick. This is my favorite belt of all time. I'm not a fan of round plates, but I think this is just gorgeous. This one right here. You remember this one?
Yeah, I mean that's it's a little bit red.
Well, it's red, white, and blue. No, I love it, man. I think it's a gorgeous belt. But anyway, neither here nor there. Wait a second. Am I seeing this right, bro? Check this out on Amazon right now. Not that we're Amazon sponsor us. Check this out, dude. It's $110. That's not a bad. Come on, what's the catch, right?
You're gonna buy it, aren't you? You know what? You should get it and you should wear it to the emergency room.
Dude, look at this
Good
thing.
luck.
I am gonna wear. I'm gonna put it on Jen. Oh no sound. Look at this. No, this can't be $110. This has to be a scam, right? There's no way.
I don't know.
What do you think, chat? Do you think this is a scam? That looks like a high quality. You think it's real? Well, artists saying it's real. It is my birthday coming up in March. We continue here, ladies and gentlemen. The year 2000 in Cincinnati, Ohio, a taping of ECW on TNN. Tommy Dreamer and Masato Tanaka snared the ECW Tag Team Championships from the Impact players Lance Storm and Chris Candido. I know you're a huge Masato Tanaka fan, Bet. Your thoughts?
I vaguely remember something like this, but
nobody remembers. I'm going to run through some of these. In 2002 at SmackDown taping in Boston, Massachusetts, Goldust defeated the Great Maven to win the WWF Hardcore Championship. In 2007, on a live episode of Monday Night Raw, you stop me if you want to discuss anything. In Fresno, California, John Cena and Shawn Michaels defeated Rated RKO, Randy Orton and Edge, to win the WWF WWE World Tag Team Championships. In 2010, WWE announces the mass release of a horde of talent, including Maria Kanellis, Gregory Helms, who is back with the company, Charlie Haas, and the great Paul Burchill. Vet, we know you have tons of Paul Burchill stories. Give us one where he made out with his sister.
I don't have a Paul Burchill story per se. He seemed kind of weird.
Well, I mean, he made out with his sister, weird. Didn't he?
It wasn't really his sister.
That wasn't his sister?
Sorry to ruin the illusion for everybody. That was a gimmick.
Oh.
But his sister is one of the women that I would regularly kick the shit out of during a practice. So
I'm just going to backtrack here. People are telling me it's a scam, man. They think it's for $100. Sonic the Hedge Rat says it's just going to be a picture of the title, which that would be fucking hilarious and also sad.
That's like an eBay.
Bro, I can't.
It's like $110, no title.
They sell you the strap without the plates. You know, plates sold separately, $500. Yeah, you motherfuckers. Anyway, let's fast forward here. 2011, Ring of Honor 9th anniversary show. This one, Ring of Honor was Ring of Honor, and like it was Ring of Honor. In Frontier Park Fieldhouse in Chicago, Illinois, the main event. Vet. Mark and Jay Briscoe fell to defeat at the hands of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Early on in the card, Roderick Strong, you may have heard of him, defended the ROH Championship against Homicide in a no-holds-barred match. I love Homicide. He's a cool dude. Any thoughts on this really quickly? We're almost done.
I didn't see it, but sounds great.
Respect. 2016, Ring of Honor presented the 14th anniversary show at the Sam's Town Hotel in Gambling Hall, Las Vegas, Nevada. In the main event, we had Jay Lethal defeating Adam. He defeated Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. You may have heard of those guys in a three-way match to retain the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. And I have to tell you that I agree with you about Adam Cole. I believe that he has gained some muscle.
Yeah, I'm not the only person who noticed.
Yeah. Now we're going into the year of the COVID. The year of the COVID. Don't wear a mask. 2020. What? What'd you say? The Thunderdome. No, this is the Thunderdome, brother. We're talking about All Elite Wrestling. Can you believe 5 years ago?
Daily Dome.
The Daily All Elite Wrestling taped the 21st episode of Dynamite in Independence, Missouri. And the highlight of the show was the opening match that saw Kenny Omega defeat Pac in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Do you even remember this happened, Vet?
Not really, but I mean, was this was yeah, this was imagine. Well, you said 20 21st episode?
It's the 21st episode, yes.
Yeah, so you haven't even been around for 6 months and you get hit with a pandemic when you're trying to start a new promotion. In many ways, I think they never recovered from that.
No. I mean, the shitty booking also might have not helped.
Well, it didn't help, but I mean, but the average kind of fan that's just watching cable wrestling doesn't know what booking is. They just watch it.
I don't know, man. I just think if they would have stuck to the original thought process behind, elevating talents that nobody's really seen before, and kind of working around guys like Kenny and the Young Bucks and stuff like that, and Hangman. I'll still go to hell. I'll still go to hell. I may go to hell. No, I'm not going to hell. I'm going to heaven. But I will go to my grave saying that I believe Adam Page should have been their first heavyweight champion. I think that
wouldn't have changed a motherfucking thing.
You don't think so, man?
It actually would have been worse.
You believe that?
Yeah, because Hangman Page is one of the worst wrestlers there is.
I know. I'm just wondering if
you see everything he's doing now, it wouldn't have been any better then.
I'm just wondering if maybe it would have changed certain things. I don't know what they will.
No.
No,
it just would have made anybody that tuned in be like, who is this asshole?
Well, there it is. Elizabeth says, Page sucks balls. Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, Jimmy, as always, agrees with you.
Mm-hmm. He's a smart man.
And handsome. Finally, it's 2021. This is the last entry here. On a Friday SmackDown, Bianca Belair. Now, this is only 4 years ago. Let's see if anybody remembers any of this. On a Friday night SmackDown, Bianca Belair announced she would challenge Sasha Banks. Who the fuck is that? For the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. In the main event, some dude by the name of Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan. Okay, now I know who it is. And Jey Uso fought to a double countout in a match where Danielson had to win to get a shot at Roman Reigns' undisputed championship at Fast Lane. Well, okay. Notable birthdays. You can wish a happy birthday to the late, great Vern Gagne, who was born February 26, 1926. The immortal, the devil, Satan himself, James Mitchell.
So wait, hold on. What? So Vern Gagne booked himself to win that 8th AWA championship on his birthday?
Oh, I didn't even put
happy
two and two
birthday
together.
to me?
Yes. Happy birthday to me.
And my satin jacket?
His jacket was satin, bet. Oh, I gotta set something up here. And let me see who else we got here. So James Mitchell, vet, it's his birthday. Were you happy about? Do you love James Mitchell? Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, it's the best.
Do a line for. Let's do a line for James Mitchell live. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, oh, what is this here? The one, the only. Hold on, let me just. I gotta set this shit up here. Hold on. Okay, the one and the only Pentagon Jr., born 1985. Is that Penta? That's Penta, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's his birthday. Oh, Penta. How old is Penta? He's 40.
He's zero. Oh.
Cuatro. Cero. Wait,
zero.
No. Cero, cuatro.
Yeah, cuatro.
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, that was this day in professional wrestling history. Oh, yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for the main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NXT. Oh, yeah. Do you feel the power? Oh, I feel it in the cockles of my heart, ladies and gentlemen. Moose, moose. It is time for NXT 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT February 26, 2025, and Moose. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we get some Moose. On our TV screen, we have Moose. Defending his X Division title, it's Moose. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a ton of really fucking good matches, in my opinion. Vet's going to tell me how wrong I am. But holy shit, from top to fucking bottom, with maybe one fart in the wind, this was a fucking good show. No,
was this a PLE?
What the fuck? It felt like a PLE, but it wasn't. It was just a regular NXT, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you this. We watch this so you don't have to. I'm telling you, watch it. Even though you know who won. Vet, this shit kicked off hot. Why don't you tell us what happened tonight on NXT?
Well, it's a big deal even when people arrive to the building.
Hold on. I have to put this over. It's a free LE, pal.
Free LE.
Yes.
Thank you, Gam.
First. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Wes Lee, the Hardys all arriving at the building. You know, we got to see them arriving.
They're arriving.
Showing people arriving at a building is pretty cool now, I guess. We go on to see that. And we are just going to go right into it with Stephanie Vaquer.
And look at her and look at him. G-Ball with a $3 super sticker.
Thank you very much.
G-Ball, thank you so much. And just for that, we're gonna review NXT for you.
It's the least we can do.
We're gonna do it, and it was good. Thank you, G-Ball. We appreciate you, brother. Go ahead, Ben. I apologize.
Stephanie,
look at her.
Look at her.
Like we're starting the show.
How about that pop?
I'm telling you, Vet. There was a reason. I said it last week. I think they flipped it. I know you love your Julia, but I think Stephanie, they should have given her. Well, we'll talk about it. Go ahead. Go.
Well, she's got to get past Karate Karmen first. Shing, shing.
It's a damn good match, bro. Yeah. But there was a problem with this match at the end. And as you break this down, I will tell you what I am talking about. Teaser. Go.
Well, there's nothing really to break down. I don't have much to break down as far as the specifics of the match. I did like, Stephanie's always good. Karmen is, well, we know how good she can be because we've seen it once.
Right.
Unfortunately, we've never really seen it on NXT before.
I wanted more karate again.
Right. She's really not leaning into that gimmick there.
She's more of a chain wrestler on NXT. It's weird.
Yeah, she does like a kick here and there, but like what I'm referring to is I had Ray watch this match. I believe it was against Jordan Grace, right, in TNA.
Yeah,
and that was like a very good. It was like, of course, this is what she could always do, but for some reason,
karate, son.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, and Labrat is testing super chats.
Is he?
Yeah, he's just.
Oh, Labrat, thank you for testing your super chat on us. And
Brian the Keith.
Brian. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that's gonna happen. But thank you again, Labrat. We appreciate you. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So they had a decent match. I thought Stephanie got a lot of the match.
She did.
Karmen didn't get much till like the very end, so it was a little bit,
But it should have been that way, because if you look at it, Karmen is she's good, but Stephanie Vaquer is Stephanie Vaquer.
Well, I would do the match like, if you want Karmen if you want to get something out of Karmen for later, I would have kind of done like a 30%, 40%, 30%. Let Stephanie take the first 30, let Karmen get the middle 40, and then give Stephanie the last 30.
Like a hot chick sandwich.
Yeah. But whatever it was, it was fine. Of course, Stephanie hits the SVB for the win at the end, but you said there was a problem?
Big problem, Bet.
Okay.
Now, you see how Labrat and some of our other friends, they give us super stickers, and they love to get, that's how, on top of being here and liking, subscribing, and joining in the chat and just making every Wednesday morning one of my favorite parts of the week, just because you guys are here. But we do a little extra research and we'll pull this up for you. And this is a very important thing. And I would like maybe somebody to maybe put this up on social media or something like that, because Karate Karmen did not lose this match, Vet. And I have the proof. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
As a referee counted 1, as a referee counted 2, and as a referee was coming down. This is a photo of the referee coming down for 3. What do you see here, Vet? I'll let you describe to the people on channelattitude.com and YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. There it is. You see it, right?
Karate Karmen is unpinned.
Her shoulder blade is clearly not down on the mat. Whose fault is that, Vet? Now let's break kayfabe here. Whose fault is that here, brother? And it was very clear.
Fault.
It's Karate Karmen's fault. I'll show you once
Always
again.
get your shoulders down. Make sure your shoulders are down. Don't make them pin you for a shoot. You know what this is.
How do you guys feel in the chat, man? Now, Classified Chappie. He's blaming the referee. Ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. Oof.
Yeah, but it also sucks if like we all know what's going on and you disrupt the flow of the match too.
Well, the referee could do the whole, when he slides your hand under the shoulder, like,
Yeah, but I mean, if the ref sees now, did the shoulder come up?
The shoulder. All right, so I'm gonna
because if the shoulder was down and then it came up, there's nothing the ref could have done. If she was like that the whole time, he could have told her
she was like that.
Get your shoulder down. Get your shoulder down.
She was like that. Her shoulder came up just after, like literally even before the 1 count.
Yeah.
Her shoulder was like this. It was actually further up.
Yeah. Well, look, in a way, it's everybody's fault because Karmen, you got to put your shoulders flat on the mat when you know that it's your time to get pinned. All these other wrestlers like Stephanie, the people doing the pinning, you could do your little fancy whatever pins or whatever, but if you're not actually pinning them, then what are you doing? You should take all the the ref could have pushed it down. You could do, I think one of the things that's the way I found it easiest to approach phony wrestling, Ray, is I just pretended it was really happening. So like if I covered a guy in the ring, I covered him like I was going to cover him. And then when the guy kicked out, I would let him kick out because he was kicking out. But I could have just been a dick and held him down, right? So it's, some of these wrestlers get a little lazy with some of their shit. So in that way, you could even put some of the blame on Stephanie. And I would honestly, in a situation like this, I'd rather the referee not disrupt the flow of the match and have her just pin her again, because that would look really shitty. So just count it and say, hey, the ref made a bad call or whatever, and then Karmen's got an out. But
according to Fightful Select, there was no shoulder up. So
no heat on the okay.
No heat on anyone. But again, listen, we're not here. I'm not here to over dissect something, but a match that goes so well, I had to look for something, because this is it's developmental. The kids are still learning. Speaking of still learning, I like to break this up really quickly. And I'd like to ask you, Vet, have you watched any of the LFG series?
No.
Do you plan to watch it? Damn, I really wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Damn it.
Last time I watched people training wrestlers in a ring, I got mad. So I just don't.
This is different.
Watching Billy Gunn try to teach like brand
different.
new students how to do stuff in a ring, I was just like, get the fuck.
Well, a lot
out
of these
here.
kids aren't brand new.
I know that's the other thing too, but still.
Anyway, all right.
So anyway, after the controversial win, Julia makes her way down and look at her and look at them, and they've decided that they need to find out who's really the best champion.
Bro, what's the word? What's the phrase? The gimmick? Take my money.
Mm-hmm.
Like this right here.
Shut up and take my money.
Bro, that's money
Okay.
right there. Now, do you think, I don't know, man. This is huge, bro. Title for title? I mean, they didn't say it. Well, they basically spilled the beans there. But Ava, I think later on in the night, she'll confirm it. It's a big deal, Vet. I don't want to ask you who goes over, but Vet, who goes over here? Why would they do this?
I don't know why they're doing it, but I could see using this as like the start of something that could last all the way through maybe another year of NXT and possibly up onto Raw and or SmackDown over the years. This could be like a career-long rivalry if they do it right. And if you do it this soon, you can start by having a non-finish or like a non-decisive finish, like a double countout or a double knockout or a double
you
interference.
really want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Jordan
because
Grace gets involved somehow.
Yeah, something like you could find a way to make it undecisive so that neither one of them loses right away. But if you do it smart, you can get people to want to see it again. You know?
The Artist Return says you could have fed the mid-carders for a minute unless TNA's Women's Championship is going to become an open title where they now added as a second championship. What is he talking about here?
I don't know. I just sorry, with all due respect, whatever, artist.
We have a newer listener, Justin Toner, who says, since this is happening at Roadblock, I don't see a clean finish, DQ, or non-finish. So he's kind of agreeing basically what you're saying. He sees something schmozzy going on here.
Yeah, I would just do a non-finish. That's up to the look, if Shawn Michaels is really the greatest of all time, then he should be able to figure out a finish for them to do that. We don't even need to get outside interference involved, or you could, whatever. Point is,
I get it. I understand the question.
No one's saying it's a unification even.
Yeah.
Unification would mean that
there's not going to be unification.
Yeah. Unification would mean that you're absorbing one of the titles into the other.
Right.
That's not
right. What will happen? Well, I'm sorry. Well, what happened is whoever wins is going to relinquish the other belt. It's going to, and then they'll have a tournament.
Yeah, they'll have two belts. Yeah. Two belts.
Well, they'll hold the two belts for a while. They could do that too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Lola Vice interrupts daddy-daughter time to challenge Ariana Grace to a match.
Great. I mean, Ariana Grace, much like her father, Santino Marella, whenever she's on the screen, automatically I start to smile, and I'm like, why am I smiling? She's just so fucking great, man. And we're going to talk about the match that she has later on because I have a lot of great things to say about Ariana Grace. But anyway, man, it was just cool to see her and her dad. I like the fact that they're using her and her father together, but they still haven't kind of said that they're father and daughter, have they?
I mean, yes,
it's
but
so weird.
No.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry,
but it is good. I mean, God, I remember when she was just when he was like holding her in his arms, and then like seeing her grown up and like working in the company and getting to work with him is just
does it bring a tear to your eye?
This is the greatest moment of my life. Pillman Jr. says hi to Obafemi.
Who doesn't? Who wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, it's from a king to a ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a we see I don't know what we call them, the Mystery Four or the No One Is Safe crew on Instagram. They have an Instagram account, apparently. Apparently these mystery people have an Instagram account they're posting on.
So, Vet, you are the king. Not only the best in the world, but you're the king of giving people nicknames. Mm-hmm. And we do know that they're the Shield of Jace. Justin's coming in and saying Retribution 2.0. I don't think they're going that route. What do you think, Vet? What would you call him? Should we gonna let this simmer a little bit? You gotta give it some time.
Can we somehow make a Frankenstein name out of every gimmick that this is ripping off? Can we combine Sanity? Can we combine Retribution? Can we combine
The Shield?
Not so much the Shield.
The Sanity of the Shield's
No,
Retribution.
the Nexus. Next Sanity Bution, something like that. I don't know. You guys come up with it. But stitch all those names together and make one long stupid name.
Leave it in the chat. I'm sure if the Vet finds something that he really loves, we might stick with it. So, oh my God, I think Aaron Ben won.
Sarah Nexus. Yeah.
The Death Devil Rebel Raiders.
All right. But they have an Instagram account. Maybe they've named themselves on that. If you could find it.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
You're not safe. That's what this whole thing was. They were putting up a post from Instagram, and then they did another one later. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking at NXT's Instagram.
You know what? Could you maybe let? It's time to talk about something else right now. So I kind of want your undivided attention, if that's all right.
Sure.
Because
they don't have a name. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We have Brian Pillman Jr.
Yes, we do.
Versus, so we go straight from look at her, look at them, Karate Karmen's ass out, everything. We go straight from that. Yep. That's right.
Sorry, Pat.
All right, now, Ray, has it been a minute since you just sat down and savored a full Moose match?
Well, he doesn't wrestle much on TNA when I catch it. So
yeah, they kind of forget to put him on there some weeks.
Yeah, dude, it was like, you know what's great, man. Moose has been doing this for so long, and I've been watching Moose since ROH, and like you could tell, like these fans that were live in the audience were shocked at a lot of the shit Moose could do, not understanding that Moose is possibly one of the greatest fucking in-ring workers that we've seen in quite some time, especially for a man his size. And the fact that that us here at HMG, a lot of us on HMG really love our Moose. It's not because it's a gimmick. It's because he's that fucking good. And he has earned every single bit of what he has made himself into. And I'm talking about Moose was, when he was ROH, remember how big and thick he was and how almost borderline fat with muscly fat, came to NXT, I'm sorry, to TNA, trimmed up a bit, but now he's like that sleek, slick, strong, powerful 300 pounds of lean muscle motherfucker. God, man, you gotta love Moose. Sorry, Vet, that came from the cockles of my heart.
No problem. That's what I want to hear.
My Lord.
And you know, all that being said, as far as Moose goes, this wasn't even really that great of a match for him.
Right? But it was such an enjoyable match. I thought Lexis King, I'm going to give credit to Lexis, man. That kid, even though he was in Ohio, I think he's organically getting over now with the NXT crowd. Even before this, obviously he was a hometown hero here, but little by little, man, Lexis King. And I'm going to say that Lexis King, for some reason, I thought was a little smaller than I thought he was for some reason. Standing next to a guy like Moose, I was like, wow, he's a comparable size. He's a pretty big kid. Thick. And also not too short. Not as short as I thought he was. So, believable. This match was, Vet. But you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. You are the Moose. So I want to hear you Moose about this Moose.
Yeah, I think that
Moose.
One of the things that I enjoy the most about Moose is the poise that he shows. And
doesn't rush it. He doesn't rush it. He tells a story throughout the match.
Right. Now, I think maybe due to multiple factors, this was not like I said, this was not his best. This is not his best showing. And so if you were really impressed by this showing, then that's just me saying that he's even better than this. So I don't know if it was just like, you know, the nerves of like not wanting to, this is your big moment for you. Like you're working in front of WWE people now, you know, like this is your moment to shine. You don't want to blow it. Pillman's relative still, he's still a little rough in there sometimes. So Moose has got to like, he's definitely the sort of the brains of the outfit. But I think they did well together. And I did enjoy the match, and Moose nailed all of his stuff. So yeah, I was pleased with it. But even like from the entrance, like the entrance wasn't quite right. Like the timing just wasn't, you know, maybe that threw him off too.
Well, the fans
he's got a certain way to do his entrance where he poses at a certain time, he appears at a certain time on camera, he breathes at a certain pace. He starts walking at a certain point in the song, which he did early this time rather than wait for his moment. So there was just like a few things that were just like, this was not quite perfect for whatever reasons.
So I just want to, for the NXT crowd, that I have to jump in. You don't start moosing early, and you don't moose every moose. You got to wait until you hear the moose, and then you go moose. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That someone maybe threw him off. There was one move that stuck out to me during this match, which I've seen before. Obviously, you know, when he springboards up the top rope like a fucking leopard, like a fucking cheetah, like a jungle cat, you know, unbelievably athletic for a man his size.
Like some kind of an animal.
It's incredible.
Whichever kind of animal that could be. I don't know.
Not a moose, though. I don't think a moose can climb up. Actually, can a moose climb up a tree? Probably. He would. But with that being said, the fans in the audience were taken. You could hear them gasp when he was able to hit a drop kick from the canvas to the man sitting on the top of the turnbuckle and almost killed Lexis King. But it was done well. It was done right. It was beautiful. And the fans, like, I don't think, and then he kips up after the other move, and they're like, oh, it's like they never seen Moose before. Well, you're welcome. You're fucking welcome, folks. Thank Moose for the Moose.
You know what else I like too?
NX Moose. That's what we're calling it now. What happened? Yes.
Yeah, I already pointed out the stuff I didn't like, but I also want to add that what I liked about the match they put together, and I see this from Moose in his matches, so I can't say it's like, I can't give necessarily credit to the agent or anybody else, or like I can't give credit to Pillman because he's never wrestled Pillman before to my knowledge. So I know that this is kind of a Moose thing, but what he does there in that match is, if you notice, he was trying stuff and not getting it, but then he did get it. Like, how many times did he try to powerbomb Brian, and then he finally planted him with the powerbomb, right? But they use it as a false finish. So like, even though the powerbomb's not Moose's finish, he goes for a powerbomb, gets countered, goes for a powerbomb, gets countered, goes for a powerbomb, gets countered. Then when he hits the powerbomb finally, the people think, oh, that must be it, because he's been trying this powerbomb and now he's hit the powerbomb, so it must be over. So when he gets the false finish and Pillman kicks out, it's like, oh, everybody's like gets up for it. You know, that's psychology, to storytelling psychology, to a degree that not that many people are doing. They're not taking that much care in their matches anymore. They just kind of trade moves and kick out of them now.
You see, the reason why I asked you for if you watched the LFG thing, is because it kind of coincided with what was happening in this match. So Booker T so they had these two kids wrestle, right? There's this kid, I forgot his name, something Hill or whatever, Hall, whatever. He's missing a tooth, but he throws a great clothesline, right? So when he hits his opponent with the clothesline, instead of allowing the moment, because when he hit the clothesline, it makes a sound when this kid hits it. It's beautiful the way he does it, right? Even Bubba Ray was like, holy shit. But he rushed right away. He rushed and he started punching the guy on the floor. And Bubba Ray and Booker T and Undertaker, and they all said the same thing. Brother, you hit that clothesline, let the fans soak that shit in. You just hit a fucking clothesline. Walk around the ring, stalk him like a lion type thing. Moose does that. Moose will hit you with a fucking forearm. Boom. Sometimes that's all you need. Just that one good shot. Tell me if I'm wrong, Vet. The one good shot, and just let people just soak in the immensity of the power of Moose or whoever you are, whatever character you are. And like I said, I'm not trying to put the show over because I think, whatever. But this show is really good, bro, because you're getting these guys who know how to train wrestlers doing it live on, like doing it on a TV show. And this is better than I've seen before, like with the fucking next, what was the other TV, Tough Enough and all that dumb shit. It's nothing like that. I think you would like it a lot. But Moose knows how to fucking how to work a match. That's working a match, right? Isn't it working a match? Isn't that what it is to work a match? People talk, oh, he's a good worker because he could fucking do a 360 flip off the top. That's not a good worker, right? Explain, like, one more time, just one more time to the people what a good worker is.
Yeah, when you're a worker, you do nothing. When people say he's a good worker, what that means now to them is that they do moves that they like. They're move doers. Will Ospreay's a move doer.
Mm-hmm.
He's never worked a match in his life.
It's hard to say. It's true.
So working is not doing stuff, and how much you can get people into it by how little you do, like Jerry Lawler or somebody.
But that's why I say that. And people sometimes make fun of me, or they're like, what are you talking about when I say that Hulk Hogan might be one of the greatest workers of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Workers of all time. Because when Hulk Hogan, when King Kong Bundy has him in a reverse chin lock, and Hogan's just sitting there for 5 minutes, but he's pandering to the crowd, trying to get the Hulkamaniacs behind him. He's working the crowd, brother. He's getting these people on their feet to give him the strength to break out of that chin lock. It's just a rest hold, folks. But you think it is a life and I'm sorry, god damn, it's an old
you stained your whole point.
It is a sorry, it's an old wrestling adage. But it's damn it, you fucked me. The point is that I don't know. I lost my
The point is that Moose hit a spear. That's his real finish. And ain't nobody kicking out of that. So he hit the spear, and then Obafemi came out, and he said he said a promo. He said something like, "It's going to be me and you at Roadblock for the NXT Championship."
Yes, classified Chappie. Awesome spear. People talk about who throws the best spears. I mean, one of my favorites, Rhino, is like near the top for me. But Moose is right there. And Rhino is my favorite spear, period. Like, I don't think anybody throws a spear better than Rhino, in my humble opinion. Also a very nice man. But Moose, when he hits you with that spear and he rolls through, it's a thing of beauty, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Moose. I wish we could talk about it more, but we only have so much time.
I think we gave it the time it deserved.
And I hope that everybody that had not actually watched Moose before and has, this would be their first time seeing him. I like to hear, your guys' impressions.
Do you think Braun Breaker throws a good spear? Not bad,
sure.
Right?
Well, I mean, all these football players are gonna do a good spear.
Yeah.
No.
Moose
spear looks really good, but also looks the least painful, like, to me. So I'd rather take Moose's spear than Braun Breaker's spear.
Braun Breaker's spear is scary as fuck.
You ask I Show Speed if Braun Breaker has a good spear. Don't ask me. Speaking of spears, Sean Spears, he's got a vignette with his family, his new family, introducing his family with graphics for their names and everything.
Oh,
pretty cool. Jordan Grace is walking. Then we get a tweet or a post on X from the ladies' bus with Ariana Grace here on this bus. I didn't really get what was going on, but I'm sure it was great.
So basically, long story short, Kalani Jordan was like talking shit about Jada Parker, and Jada Parker's sitting right back there, and she's like, like they'll get my name out your mouth, that type of thing. So they just broke into a fight. That's it. That's all that happened. Some catty shit.
Okay. All right. Jordan Grace is in the ring now. She's doing a promo. She gets interrupted by Dark Roxanne.
So dark.
And they get in there and they yap back and forth, and then we get a sucker punch from the babyface.
Bro, that was great. No, because
says, everybody's got a plan until.
Yeah, so it's. I actually have that Mike Tyson's Punch Out T-shirt. It's a picture of Mike Tyson. Everybody has a plan, so they get punched in the mouth.
Kid Dynamite.
And yes, Kid Dynamite before Iron Mike. And I expected her to actually finish saying it, but the fact that she actually threw the punch prior to that was a good. That was why did I sound Italian? That was a good. That was really good, man. I really enjoyed this. And Grace, is she better on the microphone than she had been? Like, was she always this solid? Like, I feel like she's pretty good. Not bad.
I don't recall one way or the other her being terrible on the microphone, so I don't know if it's an improvement or it's just she gets more focused now, so people pay attention.
No, because I feel like she has improved. That's just my opinion, but anyway, maybe I'm wrong.
Let's see. We have this thing with Trick and Javon and Ricky. It looks like Trick is sort of slipping into becoming Dark Trick here. I mean, anybody that loses to Eddie Thorpe has got to ask serious questions
about their career, about their lives.
So that's basically where he finds himself right now, and he's just not in the mood for a bouncy young OG.
Well, Vet, how would you feel if you lost to Native American Jones?
Oh, you wouldn't have seen me on this show. I'd retire.
Yeah.
So and then Ricky Saints comes in. He's like, "Hey, what did I walk into?" Just like that's gonna be his new gimmick. Joke. Like every time he enters a room, he'll be like, "Hey, what I get myself into?" Like that should be his.
I actually do like it because it's funny and also it works, with his character.
Right.
He's always walking into some bullshit, and he gets involved somehow. So yeah, this is cool, man.
Like he's like, I need to go ask Ava for a raise or something. Just anything.
Good shit.
No Quarter Catch Crew and Hardys are walking, and then we see Sarah with Jada Parker. And she's like, I guess referencing the bus video, and she's like that Kalani better watch out, basically. Well, she says it in a much more fakely urban way, but yes.
She's also very good too. I gotta tell you, Jada Parker. I'm saying like her inflection, like when she speaks, even though we know that she's not from the hood,
I will never, ever forget her talking about playing soccer. I'm sorry. It's in my brain forever now.
Come on, Vet, let it go.
I can't.
Anyway, another pay-per-view match.
Yeah, well, not just yet. See, this is where we get the Instagram video from the mystery people. They're actually shooting. They're showing like someone filming the inside of NXT on their phone. I don't know. Classified Chappie, did you spot the mystery guys in the audience shooting this while you were there? But yeah. So yeah, they're it's supposed to be sinister. Like, look, we're out here among you. You never know when we're gonna strike.
Oh yes, Todd Brantley, GTV 2.0. Oh,
IGTV. See what I did there? Yeah. Instagram TV.
That's right. IGT. I see what you did there.
No Quarter Catch Crew versus the Hard Boys.
The Hard Boys.
Yep.
Pop.
Phraseum comes and brings there's no crow's nest here in Cincinnati, so they bring some chairs out and just sit on the ramp.
Do you like the old NWA style ramp that they've been using? Do you think they should keep that? ECW, NWA.
I don't mind it. Isn't that just based on the venue they have that they do that?
It is, but I think they should work it into their regular.
Just build a ramp at the Performance Center.
It just looks good. It makes the wrestlers look bigger, and it's a bigger entrance, because it's such a small venue in not Full Sail. What the hell are they? The Performance Center. where they do NXT. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I just like different. I like different looks. I like different arenas. I like different configurations.
This arena, by the way, was packed in 3,000, but they sound like 10,000. Like, great crowd, man. Great fucking crowd from top to bottom. This crowd was only quiet for one match, and we'll talk about that shortly.
All right. Well, anyway, this was a match, and did you have anything to say about the actual match? It seemed like a normal tag team match.
Normal tag team match. But you get the feels during the match. When I'm saying the feels, you get the nostalgia of the Hardy Boys being in a match. You also get the history of the Hardy Boys having their first ever NXT match, having them back in the WWE. But also, I wanted to focus on No Quarter Cash Crew. And again, Tavion Heights, Miles Bourne. Those two boys are good. They're very good. Especially, like, I like Miles Bourne, and the fans are they're calling it out with their chant. You're not Randy. You're not Randy. He's very much like Randy Orton. I guess maybe he may even emulate a lot of what Randy Orton looks aesthetic like Randy Orton. But Tavion Heights, I'm going to say this week after week, that kid, look out. That kid is special. And that kid's going to be something in this business. Humbly, I say. Solid match. The Hardys looked really good. I still feel uncomfortable when I see Matt trying to get off the mat. You know, when he's getting up and he does like that stiff-legged, it's almost like a mannequin. It's weird. But God bless him, man. Fun match. They hit the gimmick Schnabers for the win, and that was it, man. It was cool, man. They retained the TNA. Oh, and also a TNA title being defended on live TV.
This is the second one.
The second one. Speaking of belts, I was going to bring that up earlier. That TNA X Division title is fucking gorgeous. On that brown strap with the red accents and the goddamn red alligator skin, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Mm-hmm. TNA has the best looking belts out of any company, period. Anyway.
Yeah.
But this
Put
was
some effort into that.
But this was a fun match, Fed. I was so into this whole thing, man. So far, entertained from top to bottom.
Okay, well, yeah, so they hit the Swanton on Miles, like you said, and then Frazium gets in the ring, and they're like, hey, who would have thought? The best tag team in the world today versus the best tag team, or standing in the ring with the best tag team of all time. And then they make it seem like it should be a match, and then Santino comes out, and, he makes a match. It's going to be a match.
For the TNA titles.
The TNA titles.
What did he call them?
Who?
Frazium. He called him something else. I don't know what the fuck. He popped the crowd.
I forget. But
he said, did he say Fraxium? Fraxium versus the Hard Boys.
Maybe. I thought, yeah, he should normally do a funny version of somebody's name, but sometimes he doesn't.
I think he might have said it just weird, like Fraxium versus the Hard Boys.
Yeah,
bro, the crowd loves. Oh, and come on, you didn't get the feels when Santino came out to his old theme song, and just the people lost their fucking. Even Santino's like, he's like doing a whole, Oh, I love it, bro. You're lucky, man, to have been able to be around that guy. I'm sure you could tell tons of stories about how hilarious and how smart and
yeah, he was something else, man. It was we almost lost him. Almost lost him.
Explain.
Huh?
Explain.
Well, because after the incident with Jim Cornette, he was about to just be gone forever.
I don't remember that. I really don't. What happened there?
Well, the long story short, they debuted the Boogeyman, and he didn't sell the Boogeyman, and Jim Cornette. This was on television, and then Jim Cornette he was in the back, and he slapped him repeatedly and said, "You fucking amateurs, you this, that, and the other thing." So
he slapped Santino.
Yep.
Was he stupid?
Well,
I remember it now. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he didn't know this guy from anybody, and nobody did. Like nobody knew what his background was at this point. Nobody knew anything about him. He was just another guy that came to OVW on his own dime. That was part of the amateur class. And because he did something on TV, Jim Cornette didn't like that, he took it upon himself to that. So Santino was going to quit because he basically got kicked out of the fucking place. So now this part, maybe less people know, and I'm going to leave out some stuff because it's all hearsay. So I can't personally confirm any of this, but somebody gave Santino some phone numbers, told him to make some calls and explain what happened. And to certain people, next thing you know, Paul Heyman's coming down to OVW and so on and so forth. You kind of know the rest from there, but he got to stay. Santino was able to stay. Rip loved him. So Rip probably didn't know about this for like a couple of days or so, or maybe somebody called him later. I don't know that part, but yeah. But if a certain person had not given him those phone numbers, then he might have just left and never come back.
All right. Fuck it. That person was Hulk Hogan, folks. And you guys say he's racist. There you go. Looking out for the Italians.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Italians, at the Olive Garden.
Oh wait.
We have a meeting with the D'Angelo family.
Vet, hold on. You know what I got to do here. Give me a second.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah. So Tony's like telling Stacks, hey, you can't win them all, kid. And don't worry, I'll handle this, whatever this is that he's going to handle.
He's the underboss. How you doing?
I know.
Hold on, let me. All right, now.
Yeah.
So is that it?
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
What? But I have the background, the breadsticks, and I have the music playing. We do.
Well, I hope that Zarya and Sol Ruka are going to have a table at the Olive Garden because they're up next. Apparently, Zarya sprained her wrist walking on her hands, which is actually pretty funny. Yeah. And then Piper Niven comes in and clears the trainer's room as Secret Service for Chelsea Green.
Just fucking carbs. Just fucking delightful. Seriously.
Yeah.
Is this true? Todd Brantley says, fast forward years later, Santino confronted Cornette at a convention in Detroit and backed off, and Santino walked away. He backed off. I'm sorry, Cornette backed off, lost all respect for Cornette after that. I lost respect for Cornette after he blocked me for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that thing that that thing that Todd Brantley said actually happened. There's footage of it. Of course, Jim Cornette. Look,
when he approached Cornette, was he like, "I'm coming to get you"?
No, he just went up and was just like, "Hey, what's going on? what's up, Jim Cornette? Hello." And Jim Cornette that's the thing. It's like you talk all that shit, but at the end of the day, Jim Cornette's not tough. You know what I mean? He just says stuff. That's his thing. His whole thing is he says stuff. He's a heat-getting manager in wrestling. He's not going to beat anybody's ass.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I'll take Uncle Vince Russo any day in a fucking one-on-one fight over Jim Cornette.
Yeah. So no, Santino will fucking kill you, but he's just such a nice guy, you know. So and just like this, he's not gonna do anything. He wouldn't do. Things worked out for Santino just fine. So he has no reason to assault Jim Cornette at a convention. He just wanted to go and face him because he knew that people would see that and they would see what Jim Cornette would do. He already knew what Jim Cornette would do when he went there. He was never going to put hands on him or anything like that.
I
He just wanted it to happen so that people could see it.
I'm also wondering if maybe he was trying to squash it.
Yeah, he might have been.
You know? Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
but as great a wrestling historian and mind as Jim Cornette is, and as great an entertainer as he is, you know, he's unreasonable about certain things. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
Anyway, speaking of unreasonable, anything else to say about Chelsea Green and Piper Niven and the trainers?
They're awesome. That's it. That's all I got, bro.
All right, next match is Ariana Grace versus Lola Vice.
So, all right, this is what I wanted to say. Lola Vice, at one point, was the hottest thing in NXT, much like Nikita Lyons before her. And something happened. Do you remember what happened, Bet? Do you remember the turning point where people were like, wait a second. Remember when she was crying about her mom?
Oh, you mean
Lola Vice and my mommy.
Okay, yeah.
They fucked her. And we said it. Did you hear the pop? Did you hear the pop she got this week? No one did. Because there was none. She came out to no reaction. No reaction. Watch back. No reaction. When she goes, I'm a Latina. It was so quiet, you can hear her butt cheeks clapping when she did that.
Well, to be fair, you can hear that even when they're rip-roaring and rowdy.
But still, she got killed by that one moment. Now let's focus on Ariana Grace. And I watched her in this match, and I kept saying to myself, how is this young lady not on TV every week wrestling?
I don't know.
Answer me that
Same reason
question.
you could say, why hasn't Lola Vice been on TV? Why is a lot of people not on TV?
Bro, Ariana Grace, she is so fucking, like, she's young. And she wrestles, in my opinion, and you tell me if I'm wrong, like a fucking veteran of 25 years. She does little things in the match, like she cheated, or I forgot there was a point where she did something that was kind of fucked up, and she was, I'm so sorry to the referee, and it was just like the moment there, and everybody laughed in the audience because it was so good. It was her like she was working the gimmick, working her character.
She's definitely her father's daughter.
And then everything, when she does that reverse chin lock, you know, and she has it in, and she's just fucking making the facials and really working the crowd, and you could see she's working the chin lock, but you can see her clapping the hands tighter and shit. These little fucking things. Also, aesthetically, she's huge. She's a big girl. She's strong, and she's her movements are so fucking smooth.
Graceful,
yes. So I was happy to watch this match, also very sad, because I think Lola Vice still has a ton of I hate using the word because you say it's a bad word, but potential. But I feel at that moment that she cut that promo months ago, destroyed any character. And when he turned her baby face, why?
That was the same basic thing. They tried to turn her baby face with that lame crying mom promo. And we didn't need that.
So it took away, like, you know, all these outside entities in my brain, you know, Lola Vice and Ariana. It took away from me really focusing much on this match, even though it was okay. But this match was very, very quiet. And the only reactions that were gotten were from Ariana Grace. How do you save Lola Vice? I don't know. She's hot.
I mean, you can do it, but apparently they don't want to. It's not like, dude, you have to understand, when things like this happen in the WWE, it's not like they're just like, oops, how did that happen? They know what the fuck they're doing. They didn't accidentally not put her on TV for like however many weeks up until now.
Yeah, when's the last time she wrestled? That was even part of the gimmick.
I don't know.
That was even part of the promo she did earlier in the night.
No, but it's like whatever made them, they knew when they told her to do this promo about your mom, they knew that was going to sink her like, you know, a battleship.
Yeah.
They knew that. They told her to do it. Why did they do that? I don't know. What political backstage reason do they have for torpedoing her career? I don't know. But make no mistake, it was not a mistake. It's the same thing with Zion Quinn did the sexy boy dance.
Oh,
I told you then it was over for him, didn't I?
And that's another shame. That guy, I thought, had a great look. Wasn't terrible in the ring. He spoke well. They had him dance that stupid dance, and it was like from there. It's like remember that? What was that tag team?
It's almost like they're testing you, and if you actually do what they say, that fails the test. Like they want you to say, no, I'm not doing that. And then he does it. And then it's like, oh, all right, he failed.
Remember that tag team that were on TV? And I said that the highest they would ever go was being a contender for a title, but losing all the time. And then I'm sure somebody backstage says, yeah, post that thing with the WWE tattoo on your chest. That's going to get you over. And he did it. And he was like, ah, ha, ha, you idiots, you marks. And where are they? Saying.
Lola Vice wins. Lola Vice wins with a back fist, and
yes, she does.
We go backstage, and the catch crew is all laid out mysteriously. This is not on Instagram. This is on the NXT camera. So,
who could it have been? We did see some
no
people frolicking in the background. Well, no one's safe. Yeah,
no one's safe. Eddie Thorpe has a vignette.
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah, not bad. Eddie Thorpe is my new favorite.
Is he?
No, but he's definitely somehow he's been resuscitated recently. You know what is a weird thing that it's a small thing, but it still bothers me.
That's it. Sorry, good. Tell me about the small thing.
Nextribution.
I think that's it.
But where is the?
I don't think you need it.
No, we need the third one. We need Sanity's got to be in there. Nextribunity.
I was thinking the same thing. Nextribunity.
Nextribunity. All right. Well, anyway,
it's
a small thing, but you know when they put the graphic of Eddie Thorpe's name up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that look so shitty and cheap? Like just the worst MS Paint little graphic of his name, Eddie Thorpe. It just looks like a scribble almost.
What do you want?
No, I'm just saying, like, did somebody think that was cool looking though when they made it? Because somebody made it.
So
and then they probably were like, hey, what do you think of this? And somebody's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So
cool.
Yeah, it's not. All right, Sarah is with Ava, and she is definitely confirming that the Stephanie and Julia title for title Look At Her versus Look At Her match is official for Roadblock.
Mm-hmm. You might want to ease up on the old eyeshadow kid. Talking to Ava or Ava, as Santino would say. I was in the back speaking to Ava. I can't do it. You can do a better Santino than I can.
Yes, I can. All right. Anyway, so the main event. Looks
main
like
event
there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. It's Wes Lee and Ethan Page versus Javon Evans and Ricky Saints. I will go first.
Please.
This match was corny and kind of bad. And you can always look forward to one spot that Ricky messes up in a match, and we got one. It's the finish.
Which one's that one? The finish, yeah.
When he tried to do the thing and he fell down, but he just had to get back up.
He showed his strength.
But none of that stuff I just said matters because the crowd was into it. So that's all that counts.
Well, my note is fun.
Yeah.
That was my note on this match. It was fun. Like I was all into it. The fans were into it, like you said. The boys worked hard. And yes, Ricky Starks did he fucked up the finish, but nobody cared.
Every match.
But nobody fucking cared. Nobody cared.
They almost cared because it was the finish.
It was the finish.
You could hear them getting ready to care.
Yeah, but he fixed it. He fixed the care. He fixed the finish. And he hits what is it called? The Rochambeau?
Rochambeau.
The Rochambeau.
If you want to know what that's all about, listen to the SMB, a South Park podcast starring Matt Shaffer Gage.
From New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. It's a Rochambeau from New Orleans.
Sure.
Well, veteran. This not a lot of weird, like not a lot of silly vignettes, like long-winded shit. You know, everything was kind of
nothing for the 14-year-old girls for the CW.
Yeah, nobody making out like in the background. No. So what do you think, bro? Is this one of the best episodes of NXT this year?
Well, I mean, if you take it on the a la carte method, then yes. We had several appealing appetizers here, and that's not even counting the little Olive Garden bit. So, you know, if you show up for NXT and you have certain people like you're like, well, yes, I would like to order one Julia, please. I'll have one Stephanie, you know, whatever else. Even if you're a fan, one Ricky Saints, whatever. But then the chef is like, compliments of the chef, a moose, a Hardee's.
Yes.
Then by all means, like you have to be pleased for your value. So this could be the best NXT we've seen. It's certainly the best NXT we've seen since it's been on CW. That much, I think we can probably agree.
Would you like a dessert menu? Our specials are the bouncy Javon Evans.
And Lola Vice shaking it.
Clap, clap, clap. God damn it, pal. This might not only have been one of the best NXT, it might have been one of the best classified. Chappie. God damn it, pal.
Chappie, you just got back.
You just got back. Thank you, Chappie.
Very much.
We appreciate it. We give you
Yowie wowie. Yes, boy.
And of course,
Yeah.
to every single one of you guys who joined us here live, man, and for those who donated, and a salute to you, my friend. Thank you so much. It was just good to see you, Chappie, back here with us, and all of you guys back here with us every single week. But I love when we have people that we haven't seen in a while come back, and just know, guys, that even though we don't see you, we do ask, like, where is this person? Sometimes we don't even know how to contact you. So sometimes we just have to just hope that you come back and rejoin this family. And that's what it is, a family. When you join this show, when you join this live chat and you're here on a weekly basis, you're not just a cog in the wheel. You legit become part of this HMG Next Level Wrestling Review family. And trust me, Vet hates everybody, but I think he kind of likes the people in the chat, most of them. It is what it is. I don't want to, break kayfabe here, but
I love everyone.
He does. And I love you guys too, Vet. Vet, what do you got going on, brother? What are the shows you're going to promote? What's up?
Well, the next time you see me on HMG will be on Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for The Wreckage with Jimmy T. We're going to talk about AEW. All the AEW content in one place. Your one-stop AEW shop. The Wreckage. And on the TNA side of things, of course, Brandon and myself will be doing the Impact Attack every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. That's right, smack dab in the middle of Monday Night Raw. So you just hit pause on your Netflix, come on over to the HMG YouTube or Twitch and hang out with us, talk about TNA, and then go hit unpause and watch Raw again. So that's the real Moose, the Impact Attack.
Yes, sir.
And you got to check out Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Because if
you do,
if you like a Rip Rogers guy, then certainly the original Rip Rogers would be even better, right? And this past Friday's episode, I was actually on there hosting Wrestling with Rip Rogers, taking all your questions, taking all your money, and giving it to Rip Rogers.
Yes.
So he can get Taco Bell. But so we definitely had a good time with that. So go check that out in the archives. And then, of course, also on every Friday, because that show comes out every Friday at their concrete time of whenever it is.
Right.
When I'm on it, it's a concrete time of 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
But also on Fridays, you get a brand new episode of The Stevie Richards Show. perhaps the best wrestling-related content out there. Maybe I'm the best in the world, but this could be the best wrestling-related show in the world. So, check out Stevie. He's been talking about the very first ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal. What will he be talking about this week? Who knows? You'll just have to tune in to find out.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Fucking fantastic, Vet. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me just delete this quick little overlay, and let me just add this one really quickly, because if you did not watch this live on YouTube, you can head on back to this channel right now. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, head over to YouTube and check out my review and Jimmy's review of Monday Night Raw this past week. It's still up, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw, the go-home show for the Elimination Chamber. It's up right now. If you have nothing else to do, if you're at work, if you want to listen to something or watch something at work, go ahead. Come, we're almost done here. You can go check that out, guys. Don't forget also, I have to throw out that if you go to twitch.tv/opinion haver, Vet, what did you play last week? What did you play yesterday? Did you play anything? $2 Tuesdays?
Actually, I was playing Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yes.
For those that don't know,
sometimes Tuesdays are true crime Tuesdays, and piracy is always a crime.
Very cool. We love piracy, folks. We don't support it, but we do love it. And for those that don't know, Vet is a very cool video game streamer on Twitch, so you might want to check out his channel. But it's Opinion Haver. It's right down there. Just search Opinion Haver on Twitch. And I also want to put over my boys, my brothers, the Professor and Tommy Wonder. They are finally back. The Professor was on the West Coast of the NBA All-Star Game, edifying the lovely ladies of the West Coast. And this week, they will do
driving up cars for people to dunk balls over.
That as well. They are going to be discussing the greatest in the pro wrestling spotlights. Remember, I told you about the greatest pro wrestling podcast. Excuse me, cough button. Greatest old school wrestling podcast. Well, it's the Pro Wrestling Reflection, the Pro Wrestling Spotlight, and this week it is the greatest world title victories. So they're basically going to be discussing from all different organizations: AWA, WCCW, WCW, I said NWA, WWF, whatever. They're going to be talking about the greatest world title wins of all time. So head over to Podbean or head over to wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You search Hami Media Group, and every single Saturday morning at 7 a.m. it's up. But also tonight on my Twitter at Big Ray Hernandez, I have the video version, and also on the PW Hustle Networks. If you want to watch it on YouTube, you can check it out there. The PW Hustle Networks usually up the day after, so maybe tomorrow or Friday. So check it out again. Greatest world title victories. And it's not just the Professor and Tommy Wonder, but the prodigal one, JB, one of the original three, makes his re-debut with a Pro Wrestling Reflection. Vet, I know you're a big fan of the Pro Wrestling Reflection. What do you want to reflect on?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, just know that Karate Karmen did not lose that match, and she owes one to Vaquer. And I guess we're out of here. Let me just restart this really quickly. God bless you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you. Nice to have a lot of the people that we hadn't seen in a long time back. Thank you to all the people that supported us today. Cold-Blooded, G-Ball, Labarat, Darkside Caster, Classified Chappie, every single person in the chat. We love you to absolute death and life. And we'll see you here next week on your Next Level Wrestling Review. Say goodbye. Say goodbye, Vet. Say
goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, guys. We love you.
Goodbye.
Vet may not, say it, but he just eats. You know what? Yeah, we'll get a yeet. Yeah, look at Gary. It's Gary. Oh, Gary is here. Jimmy T. Hey, how you doing there, mate? It's fantastic. We love you, Elizabeth. We love you all. We love you guys. Bye.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
You fucking mark!
Remember that?
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.